he still has never had a losing record as an NFL coach. Just about everyone else has. So that alone is impressive. No excuses for Matt Canada. I'm not fully sold on him as an NFL offensive coordinator yet. I don't know how many plays he's going to waste this year on jet sweeps.
The Pittsburgh Steelers stinkers. Did somebody say something?
Oh, that's funny. Anyways, Chad, this is yours to take away.
Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers, man. We can all talk about the players they do have. They have some pretty good players. T.J. Watt, Najee Harris. I think young, what's his name?
George Pickens.
George Pickens, thank you, and Deontay Johnson. I think they're great stars of the future. Keep going with the Steelers, but Mr. Hold My Whopper, pick six it, Kenny Pickett. I don't think he can do it, man. I'm not impressed. I don't think he has what it takes to lead this team to victory. And is Mike Tomlin washed? Is he past his days? Is it time for him to go sit down in the corner? I mean, the guy's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but
he's also been gifted numerous Hall of Famers over the course of his career.
Right.
He was gifted a team that was fresh off a Super Bowl when he became coach.
Right, and it's like, we're going to sound biased because we're Bengals fans, but at the end of the day, the realistic thing is Ben's gone. Hines Ward isn't there. All these players they've had over the years, Antonio Brown, they're not there. The quarterback situation is scary. Their defense, I like a lot of parts of their defense, but it's starting to age. They're replacing parts almost every year. They did add a couple of players on defense I really liked, like Joey Porter Jr., like Cole Holcomb, Patrick Peterson, and Quan Alexander. I thought those were pretty good additions. But how long is that going to keep the water from coming in the boat and sinking it? I don't think it's going to be a good year for the Steelers.
Man, that was a good line. I'll tell you what. Now, I think that's a little bit harsh on Tomlin because he still has never had a losing record as an NFL coach. Just about everyone else has. So that alone is impressive. Right. But yeah, offensively, it'll now be less excuses for Kenny Pickett. They finally actually have like a somewhat capable offensive line. Now, I said no excuses for Kenny Pickett, but also there's no excuses for Matt Canada. I'm not fully sold on him as an NFL offensive coordinator yet. I don't know how many plays he's going to waste this year on jet sweeps. Those don't ever work.
Love it.
But yeah, like the offensive line's more capable now. George Pickens looks like he's about to emerge as like a star receiver this year. Deontay Johnson, he'll be probably solid as always. But can Najee Harris improve? That's going to be a bigger question for them too. He was kind of injured a lot of last year and didn't really make as much of an impact as we thought. Like, can they get him more involved in the passing game? Can he be more explosive? That's a question that we'll have to answer this year. Defensively, T.J. Watt, he had his first injury of his career last year, and that gave the Steelers a tough time. They lost most of the games while he was hurt. So, I mean, T.J. Watt is the best defensive player in the NFL right now. So he is obviously a big difference maker. As long as he's healthy, this defense will be great. Secondary, they helped out with Patrick Peterson. He's probably got one more good year left in the tank. But yeah, I think this could be a pretty solid team, but definitely those question marks in the offense, those are the things they need to find answers to if they want to make the playoffs.
So I think we're forgetting one guy. This is Minkah Fitzpatrick. I think we need to talk about him. He's a dog.
We need to talk about him more. He's a stud.
Yeah, we forgot to mention him.
It's hard to believe they managed to take him from the Dolphins because the Dolphins thought he was a bust, and he has just been the star of their defense since. What a silly trade by the Dolphins.
Yeah.
When you look at the Steelers offense, they have position players. They have skill players. Najee Harris, he could either end up being the Derrick Henry or he can end up being Bo Scarborough when it comes to Alabama running backs in the NFL. You just don't. Yeah, Trent Richardson. There's a long list of those, but
Eddie Lacy. Don't forget about fat Eddie Lacy.
But Najee Harris has all the talent in the world. Is he gonna run like he has that talent? They do have Jalen Warren right behind him, who really impressed me last year, to be honest.
Yeah.
But their offensive line, they got a tackle, and that's it. The rest of their offensive line is pretty trash. They did get Darnell Washington, but I mean, frankly, he's listed as third on their depth chart right now. I mean, yeah, we haven't started preseason yet, but he's not surpassing Freiermuth anytime soon. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
No,
it's
definitely
interesting
not.
to see him out there. Seven.
Allen
How tall is
Robinson,
he?
he's like 6'7",
Jesus.
6'8".
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're hoping to use him and Freiermuth in 2 tight end sets.
Throw it up. Just throw it
Yeah.
up.
But George Pickens is probably going to end up being one of the better receivers in the NFL by season's end. Deontay Johnson actually fell off a cliff last year. So once Kenny Pickett went under center, Johnson kind of disappeared. So are we going to see him come back into the offense, or is he just kind of trade bait at this point? And then Allen Robinson is a bum. I don't like every Steelers fan was raving that they got Allen Robinson, but he hasn't done anything since he was in Jacksonville before he got hurt. He hasn't done anything since. And that was what, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, he has completely disappeared at this point. There's a reason I didn't even bother to mention him. I don't even know if he's going to make the roster. Like he is. I don't know what happened to him. I guess maybe the injury, but like he has gone downhill so quickly.
And then defensively, you have Cam Hayward, who's been around forever. He's aging. TJ Watt, best defensive player in the NFL. Larry Ogunjobi, not what he used to be.
Mhm.
Cole Holcomb, not impressed. Alex Highsmith just got a big bag of money, but I mean, when TJ Watt is on the field, you're going to get sacks. When he was off the field, he was getting sacks, but they didn't have anyone else. So it's like now people have tape of him. Is he going to live up to that paycheck, or is he just going to be like, I got my money, I'm just going to kind of do what I want now? And then the corners outside of Joey Porter, they don't impress me. Justin, you have more knowledge of Levi Wallace, but I feel like at this point he's past his prime.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't think of Levi Wallace as much of an impact corner for them. I mean, I think he might be solid, but definitely I like the addition of Joey Porter. Patrick Peterson's going to help solidify things back there too.
Patrick Peterson is more like just old and knowledgeable. Like he's going to get burned quite a few times this year. Some of these receivers run like a 4.2. He's like pushing 34.
Yeah, but he's still been able to play at a pretty high level. I'm impressed. Like I thought he was going to go downhill like 4 years ago, and he's still going.
Yeah, he still hasn't played to his Arizona Cardinal days. But yeah, this team, as always, will probably get a few annoying wins and then end up just missing the playoffs or maybe even miraculously squeak in. But Kenny Pickett, small hands Kenny Pickett doesn't
Oh my
impress me at all.
Whopper.
He doesn't impress me. He just reminds me of a slightly better Andy Dalton or like a healthy Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. It's nothing against the guy. I don't think he's got what it takes.
And I mean, he is trying to fill some big shoes in Big Ben. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Following a Hall of Famer, it's
Yeah.
you can't no team can be the Green Bay Packers. Like it's very hard to get 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back.
But if they get Caleb Williams,
But who's to say that Caleb Williams isn't just like, you know what? I'm in the NFL. I'm gonna Jamarcus Russell this.
I think that just is gonna play itself out. I think, I don't know. I think Caleb Williams is gonna compete, but who knows if he'll succeed.